something has been hidden, not in the sinister, deliberate, someone is deceiving you sense. In the human, complicated, this was not ready to be known yet sense of something that has been sitting in the private interior of another person's experience real, complete, significant waiting for the specific conditions under which it could finally move from the private into the shared, from the hidden into the visible, from the truth that only one person knows into the truth that both people know. Those conditions have arrived. The hidden truth is about to surface, not gradually, not in the slow, incremental, barely perceptible way that some truths work their way toward visibility over time. In the viral sense, the specific, suddenly everywhere, this is now undeniably present quality of something that has been contained and is now no longer containable. That has been private and is now no longer private. That has been known by one and is now about to be known by two, and the knowing by two is going to change the entire landscape of your life in the specific, this is a before and after kind of way. Viral is an interesting word to use in this context, and I chose it deliberately because viral does not mean slow, does not mean gradual, does not mean tentative or partial or subject to further delay once it has begun. Viral means fast, means complete, means once the thing starts spreading, it spreads without asking permission and without pausing to check if the timing is right and without the careful management that contained things can maintain. The hidden truth is going viral in your life, right now, in the specific, already in motion quality of something that is no longer in its container and that cannot be put back. And your life is about to change forever because of it. Subscribe to this channel and drop the word truth in the comments right now, because what is surfacing, the specific, hidden, finally visible truth that is about to enter the shared space between you and someone significant is going to require you to be more open and more present and more genuinely available than you may currently be preparing to. This is not a reading to scroll past. This is the one that finds you exactly when you need it. Let me start with the hidden part. What has been hidden and why and for how long, and what the hiding has cost the person carrying it. The truth has been carried privately for a significant amount of time. Not a casual, I have been sitting on this for a week amount of time. The kind of time that produces real weight. The kind of time that makes the carrying of something a genuine, daily, ongoing exercise, rather than a brief period of holding something before the natural moment of its expression arrives. This person has been living with a truth about you, about what you mean to them, about what they feel, about what they want, about where they see things going, that has not been expressed. That has existed in the complete, fully formed, I know exactly what this is quality of something that is entirely clear in the interior while being entirely invisible in the exterior. Why has it been hidden? Not because it is shameful, not because it is wrong or confused or something they are uncertain about, because expressing it felt like the most vulnerable thing they could do, and vulnerability of that specific magnitude, the vulnerability of putting the most significant truth of your interior life in front of another person without Knowing how it will be received is something that requires a particular quality of readiness that has been building but had not yet fully arrived until now. What produced the readiness is not a single dramatic event. It is the accumulation of everything. Of all the time that has passed, and all the evidence that has gathered, and all the moments that have contributed to the specific, growing, finally undeniable understanding that the cost of continuing to carry this privately has exceeded the cost of expressing it, that the hiding has become more expensive than the revealing, that the risk of saying the true thing is smaller than the ongoing, daily, this is what I am, choosing cost of not saying it. The readiness is here, the hiding is ending, the truth is going viral. Now let me tell you what the truth is. The specific, this is what has been hidden content of what is about to surface. They are in love with you. That is the foundation, not moving toward love, not developing feelings, not finding you increasingly significant in a way that might become love eventually, in love. The specific, complete, already arrived, has been present for longer than you know, quality of being in love that a person reaches when they have felt something long enough and deeply enough that the transition from feeling toward to simply feeling has completed itself without announcement. But the hidden truth is not just that they love you. The hidden truth is the extent of it. The specific, full size, this is how much quality of what they carry that has not yet been communicated at its actual scale. Because people who are in love and who have not yet fully expressed it tend to express portions of it, the safe portions, the portions that can be attributed to friendship or to general warmth or to the ordinary care that people express for people they value. They express enough to be honest, without expressing enough to be fully exposed. What has been hidden is the full version, the love in its actual size, the specific, I think about you constantly, you are the person I compare everything else to, I want you in my life in the most permanent, available way version of what they carry. The version that the safe portions have been representing at a fraction of its actual scale, and alongside the love woven into it, inseparable from it, the intention, what they want to do about the love, where they want things to go. The specific, I have thought about this seriously, I know what I am asking for, I am ready to commit quality of intention that the ring emoji in the title is not using carelessly. They have thought about forever, about you and forever, about what the permanent version of having you in their life looks like and feels like, and what it would require of them, and whether they are ready to offer what it requires. And the thinking has not produced uncertainty. It has produced the specific, clear, I know what I want quality of someone who has examined the question honestly and arrived at an answer that is complete. The answer is you, in the most permanent sense. Why viral? Why is this surfacing now rather than continuing to be held? Because something tipped in the specific, finally something has changed quality of the internal balance between the desire to express and the fear of expression, finally moving decisively in the direction of expression. And what tipped it was something you did, or something you stopped doing, or something in the quality of how you have been recently in the specific, sometimes imperceptible ways that a person's energy shifts and that the people paying close attention to them register before anyone else does. For some of you, it was a moment of seeing you be completely unguardedly yourself in a way that reminded them, not for the first time, but with particular force this time, exactly why, exactly what it is about you that produced this truth in them, exactly what they would be choosing if they expressed the full version of what they carry. For others, it was a moment of almost losing you, a near miss, something that made the possibility of your absence real in a way it had been theoretical before, an encounter with how it would feel if this were no longer possible, if the window had closed, if the truth had remained hidden permanently, and the hidden had become the final configuration. That near miss produced the specific, I am not willing for this to be how it ends urgency that has converted the desire to express into the need to express. Not eventually. Now, before the window closes, before the truth remains permanently hidden, before they have to live with the specific, I never said it regret of someone who knew what they felt and chose the safety of silence over the risk of honesty. They are choosing honesty. Let me talk about the life-changing forever dimension, because forever is in the title and it deserves the same honest treatment I gave it in the earlier reading about this kind of change. Forever does not mean the same as it meant yesterday. Forever means this truth once it is expressed, once it is in the open between you, once it exists in the shared space rather than only in one person's private interior, cannot be taken back, cannot be unknown, cannot be returned to the container it came from. You are going to know. After this, you will know. You will have the full truth of what this person carries and what they want and what they are asking for. And the knowing changes everything. Not because it forces a particular response from you. You are a complete person with your own complete agency, and the truth being expressed does not obligate you to any specific response. But because knowing changes the landscape, the specific I now have information I did not have before quality of having received a significant truth that reorganizes how you understand the situation you are in. Before the truth surfaces, you are in one configuration. After it surfaces, you are in another. The configurations are different in the specific way of situations that are transformed by the arrival of complete rather than partial information. The forever quality of the change is that you cannot unknow this truth once you know it, cannot unreceive this love once it is expressed, cannot return to the version of things that existed before the hidden became visible. Everything after this moment is an after. You are approaching the threshold between the before and the after. I want to address something about where you are right now, your specific interior landscape as you approach the moment of the hidden truth surfacing. You have been sensing something, not the specific content of what is coming. You do not have the full picture yet, and that is why it is going viral rather than simply arriving. But something, the specific, something is different in the energy quality of someone whose perceptive Virgo interior has been registering a shift in the field around them without having enough information to name what the shift is or what is. Producing it, the slight restlessness that has no clear cause, the quality of certain interactions feeling like they are about more than their surface suggests, the specific awareness of this person that has a different quality from ordinary awareness, warmer, more weighted, more charged with something you cannot quite identify. The moments of thinking about them for no apparent reason at inconvenient times, all of that has been you picking up on the signal, the specific this is building towards something signal of a truth that is approaching its expression. You have been receiving it without having the full translation. This reading is the translation. What you have been feeling is real. It is the approach of the hidden truth. The specific I am about to become visible quality of something that has been invisible, but that has been having effects on the field regardless of its invisibility. The effects you have been feeling are real, and the thing producing them is about to become visible. Let me talk about the ring emoji, because it is in the title and it is not decorative. For some of you, the forever that is coming is explicitly the permanent, formalized, I am asking for the specific commitment kind of forever. The hidden truth is not just the love, it is the intention to build a life. The specific, I have thought about this seriously. I know what I want and I want it with you. Quality of someone who is not just expressing a feeling, but making an ask, a significant one. The kind that requires a significant answer. For others, the ring represents the permanence of intention rather than a literal proposal. The specific, I want this to be real and permanent and chosen quality of someone who is moving toward the committed, acknowledged, both of us are choosing this version of what exists between you, who is done with undefined, who is asking for the specific, named, this is what we are version. For all of you, the ring represents the seriousness of what is coming. This is not a casual expression. This is not someone sharing a feeling and seeing what happens. This is someone who has carried something to completeness in their own interior and who is now bringing the complete version into the shared space because they want to build something with it, something real, something lasting, something that deserves the word forever rather than the words for now. What do you do with this? How do you receive a truth of this size and this permanence? What does the most honest and most genuine response look like? The first thing is to let it land, the actual landing, not the managed, I am processing this thoughtfully landing, but the real landing where you are actually in the moment of receiving something significant rather than being above it and observing it, where the full weight of what is being brought to you is felt rather than immediately evaluated. This is going to be harder than it sounds for Virgo. The analytical impulse, the immediate, let me understand what this means and what I should do about it impulse is going to want to engage before the feeling has had time to fully arrive. Before the warmth of the truth has spread through you in the specific, this is real quality of something genuinely significant landing. Give the feeling the first moment. Give the warmth the first response. Let yourself be moved before you start thinking about what to do with the moving. The thinking can come second. The feeling deserves to come first. The second thing is to be honest. In whatever direction the honesty points, I cannot tell you what you feel that is yours. And it is real, and it is what it is, regardless of what would be convenient or comfortable or what this reading might seem to suggest it should be. What I can tell you is that the truth being brought to you deserves to be met with your own truth, with the full version of what you carry rather than the managed, appropriate, let me not commit to anything version. They are bringing their hidden truth out of hiding. The most respectful and most genuinely caring response is to bring yours out too, whatever yours is, however it compares to theirs in size or form or direction. Truth for truth. That is the only exchange that honors what this moment is. What does the life after the truth looks like? What are the cards showing me about the territory that opens once the hidden is visible and both people are standing in the full light of what is actually true? I see relief. The specific, enormous, finally I do not have to carry this alone quality of relief that arrives when a significant truth is expressed and received. The relief on their side of having finally said it, the relief on your side of finally knowing the specific something that was unresolved is now resolved quality of both of you having the complete picture for the first time. I see clarity. The specific I can see everything clearly now quality of a situation that has been partially visible, suddenly becoming fully visible. The conversations that become possible when both people have the full information, the decisions that become possible, the things that could not be addressed directly before because the full truth was not yet on the table, that can now be addressed directly because it is. I see the beginning of something built on complete honesty, not on the partial, safe, this is what I am comfortable showing version, on the full version, the hidden truth becoming the visible truth, becoming the foundation. And foundations built on full honesty have a specific quality of durability that foundations built on partial truth do not have. They can hold more. They hold up under the full weight of real life rather than only under the carefully managed portions of it. And I see the ring dimension of what is possible. The specific, built together, chosen deliberately, this is our life quality of what becomes available when two people move from almost toward fully, from undefined toward named, from hidden toward visible, from the before into the after. The after is beautiful. These cards are showing me something genuinely beautiful on the other side of the truth surfacing. Not perfect, nothing real is perfect, beautiful. In the specific, this is what was always possible quality of something that was always available and is only now being accessed because the conditions for its access have finally arrived. Let me close with something I have been feeling throughout this entire reading that I want to say directly and plainly. The truth that is about to go viral in your life is the truth that you matter, that someone has been carrying the specific, complete, fully formed weight of caring about you, loving you, wanting you, building a future around the idea of you in the private space of their own interior for long enough that the private is no longer an adequate container for it. The private is no longer adequate because the truth is too significant, too real, too specifically yours to remain only in one person's possession. It belongs in the space between you. It belongs in the shared reality of two people who have found each other and who are, one of them at a time, working up to the specific, terrifying, completely necessary courage of saying so. The courage is here. The truth is coming. Be there to receive it with your own truth ready, with your own full-size, complete, this is what I actually carry version of what exists in your own interior around this person. Because the most extraordinary thing that can happen between two people is when the hidden truths surface simultaneously, when both people arrive at the visible at the same time. When the sharing happens in both directions at once and the shared space between them is suddenly full of everything that was being carried separately, that is the forever. That is the life-changing. That is the ring in the title of this reading. Two people choosing each other with complete information. Finally, in full. Tell me in the comments, did you feel this reading differently from the others? Like it was speaking to something specific rather than something general? Drop truth. If something in these cards found you in a place that felt personal and real, tell me if you have been sensing the something is building quality I described. Tell me if someone came to mind whose energy has felt like it is carrying something that has not yet been fully expressed.